Welcome back to Greenwich Valley for episode number 3 with me, MrSealyp. It's 5 minutes past 6 in the morning. It was a late night. It's going to be late nights and early mornings to get this done. As you can see, top right hand corner, money has gone up. We pretty much cleared the silo. There's a few odds and ends left in there. If we go across now, wheat 2,758 litres left in there. I did full loads. I thought I'm not going to go back again for a couple of thousand litres. So we've got a few bits and bobs. There's a little bit of barley left in there, a little bit of oats. We cleared out the canola. Sunflower all got moved over to the pig farm. Soybean was a good price. It was 1,700 or something for the soybean. Oh, corn. I forgot to sell the corn. Whoops. Okay, well, we'll do that at some point. So yeah, pretty much everything's cleared. So the money has gone up. Today, bale the field. Probably put the bales in storage for the time being. And then decide what we're going to do with them. Then I need to first spray all the field so it gives us a chance to whiz out, have a look round. Mind you, I've only got a couple, one behind us, so I think there's one over at the pig farm, isn't there? Field, is it 78, 79? We'll have a look at it in a minute. I'm kind of getting my head around the map and the area and the fields that the family own, and we'll kind of go from there. What we'll do is a bit of maintenance on the vehicles before we get going this morning. Give everything a bit of an oil up. As far as balers go, we have got that small baler, but I'm not going to use that. I might use the small baler if we're going to be doing stuff specifically for... I'm thinking maybe if we do... Oh yeah, that's the point. The pigs are going to need straw, aren't they? For bedding. I'll have to have a think. It's one of those things that... It's not antiquated, but it's a baler that realistically we're not going to use very much. There's not a lot I can do with that. Another thing I didn't check as well was how much fertiliser we've got, so we need to check that really. Liquid fertiliser, because I've got a tank there, and if they've got a load of that, we're going to be laughing. So, anyway, that's today's jobs. What we'll do is give the harvester a bit of a spray, we'll park that up, and then we'll get going with the first of the jobs. I think probably spraying for, yeah, probably fertiliser spraying, I guess, and then we'll get with the baling. I want to leave the bales out with the sun to come out a little bit first, let them dry, the swaths dry before we start baling those. So we'll do the spraying first, I guess. And then we'll leave that field last, because that's right next to us. We'll bale it and then we'll fertilise it. Then we'll look at what we're going to put back in the ground. And then we'll look at peripheral jobs, and then we'll move on from there. So we should be okay. We should. It was suggested that if I just sold all of the fields that the farm owns, that would more than pay off the debt. It doesn't come close. I'm pretty sure the fields that we own only come in maybe $1 million, maybe not even that, under $1 million I think. That won't cover the debt if we sell all the fields off, and if we sell all the fields off then we've got no way of making money, so that's not going to work. It was suggested to be a bit more seasonal, if you know what I mean, but the problem with that is, in the way we're operating, if it was seasonal and we were going to try and clear the debt, which is it's going to be a hard enough task as it is, if we were seasonal then it would take years. I mean, it would honestly be quite scary. What I'm going to do is put this on this side, tuck it on the right hand side of the barn, because we've got stuff on that side. Oh, there's a bale thing. I didn't notice that when I did the look around the farm. I missed that completely. Oh, that's terrible, man. Memory. How did I not even remember that was there? Well, yeah, we've got a bale grab. That's good. Right, I'll see you in a minute. We'll let the light come up a little bit. I'll get the rest of the jobs done. Let's get the lights on in here. Go around and make sure everything's greased, oiled, refueled, and good to go. I could probably do a bit of wash as well. Right, that's that done, worked on. Okay, we need to go and get a baler. We're probably going to... Actually, we could. I'm thinking, if we are going to do a load of bale work, and I think potentially one grass cut we will do a load of silage, another one we will do a load of bales, but what we'll do is hay bales. I am going to take advantage of the pellet facilities, absolutely, because we can make some money on that. Like I said before, this is going to be about how we can make good money doing various different jobs. We are at some point going to do some lumber, definitely. Even if we do 2 or 3 hauls, we could be looking at, depending on what trailer we use, and I don't know what the lumber is going for around these parts, but 20-30 grand a haul, you know, all of a sudden you're eating into the debt, you know, so we will do. So I think we'll buy a baler. Now there's one I generally go for, a square baler, because it's cheap and does the job, no bells and whistles, doesn't need to be, but there is an alternative to that, which is basically the same baler, but it depends if they've got one in stock. So we're going to whiz over to the store, grab one of those, we'll bale. Like I say, we'll use the JCB, and we'll use that front grab and we'll just put them into one of the barns for the time being. But I'll grab the baler first, and then we'll get on with the spraying. Oh, the other thing I need to do is go to, before I do that, on the way out, we'll go to the sheep farm. We'll grab the 390 because that's got, I think they've got over on that farm a front loader with a bucket, because the animals are going to need cleaning out. I just only thought the feed troughs haven't been touched, so they're going to need cleaning. So we'll take the 390, we'll do the sheep farm, we'll whiz down to the pig farm, clean the animals out. It's all stuff that's got to be done. And that's kind of what's been happening, I assume, up until now, is the triangle of farms, the two tenant farmers and the grandfather that ran the farm here, all help each other out. So the two tenant farmers are out in the fields today, they've already headed out, and I think they just kind of rotate round between cleaning the animals out. So today is my turn, and then it'll be one of the others will do it the next day, and so on and so forth. So you won't always see me cleaning them out because it's not always my job, but today it is, and I had completely forgotten. But as soon as I'm kind of on my way out anyway, might as well get it done and avoid any turning any radios on today, hopefully. Oh man, this is just, that sunrise is amazing. Lucky to be alive. Happy days. Ooh, been waiting for this. There's the front loader. I know we've got one, because I was told we had one. Oh, there it is. I can see it through there. Oh, sheep's making a bolt for the gate. So I thought, rather than him escape, I'll drive over him instead. That's what you're doing it. Right, let's get down, sort these pigs out. Drop that down. Actually, with this bucket, just I thought, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, mind you, then the silo takes them. I'll say they've got that small silo down at the pig farm, which is where I put the sunflower. All went. The pigs took it all. Everything went, but the corn, not the corn. Hang on a minute. Something's gone wrong. How much corn did it say we had left? 10,375. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Oh, That's why it's combined storage, isn't it? I didn't sell it because I moved it for the pigs, and it's still showing because it's in the silo over at the pig farm. I was thinking, why is that still there? Because I moved it. I just moved it from one silo to another, didn't I? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. So we got corn in the other silo, but there are potatoes on the ground in their barn, and I thought, oh, just with this, I've got the shovel. We'll do that, but that's not going to work because I don't think it takes them. We can check, but if it does, we might as well put the potatoes in the silo rather than leave them out on the ground. But that'll be a job for another time. I need to just feed them and then get on with our jobs. Tell you what I have noticed, and I really like, I was doing stuff late into the evening, and then this morning getting up. When you look off into the distance, just over to the right there, you can see it. You can see the lights from other towns off in the distance. Just off there. I love that. I think that's so cool. It's nice to be able to see activity off in the distance. Other people getting on with their lives. Very cool. Anyway, pig farm, just down the road. The journey back I probably won't show, but because we're just going to go back, grab the JCB, then we'll head off to the store. Turn into here somewhere. There we are. So like I say, just off to the left there, there's a load of potato. I think it was potato, wasn't it? I've got a funny feeling. Yeah, look at the feed area. It's a mess, and these I'm terrible at because I can't even see it now. So I'm assuming I'm on the ground, but does it pick anything up? No. Which means the bucket's not tilted the right way. Well, I've got to get better at this. Nope. That could be why. That's better, it's completely tipped the wrong way. I'll say what we'll do, we'll whiz down at some point. I will leave this bucket here actually, because if we are going to try and move that potato, we can come back and do it another time. Right, well, at least they're cleaned out, that's the main thing. We'll worry about water and stuff later, but let's get this back. Right, out of the back of Baling Green. The 390's been dropped off back at the farm. Let's go and grab this baler. Okay, so what do we need? Well, I've bought the John Deere 690. This is very much like the the big pack, and it was only 12 grand, so it's not going to break the bank. This will get used a lot. I mean, a lot. So that's the baler. Like I say, we'll be using that later. We'll just let the sun come up a bit. Dry the swaths, we'll head back, we'll grab a sprayer. Actually, I'm just thinking we could use the 390, couldn't we? I'm sure the sprayer will work on the 390. We don't have a front tank for the sprayer, which is going to limit how much we do, but I don't think we... well, I don't know, so I don't think the fields we own aren't that big. I don't think. Let's get those on. What we'll do, we'll go back a slightly different way. Let's go this way. I'm just going to whiz down through the the industrial section. Kind of like an industrial estate, industrial park, whatever you want to call it. That's where all the main companies are. There's a Staples up here somewhere. Where's that? Just off to the left, if I recall. I've been studying the map of the local area. Down the hill. The pellet company is just off to the left, right in the far corner of that field. But you can only get to it off the main road, obviously. Where we kind of popped in and had a look, didn't we, on the first episode? But this is where it's all happening. There are other sell points. Obviously, we've been to the Greenwich Grains sell point, Greenwich Mill, sorry. But we've got where is it? There's a biogas plant off to the right. To the left is the livestock market, is it? I think so. Livestock market. Biogas plant off there. Very progressive. I'll explain that later on. Linton Mill. They were doing really good prices for everything last night, so a lot of stuff I sold was here at Linton Mill. And then what? Got mesh pellets, which is just there. Ongoing business. And then we've got... what's this one here? Oh, Wednesday stores, okay. There's a bit going on. As you can tell, I don't always indicate. Oh dear. When I remember. It's funny, every time I drive along this stretch of road, this bit here, there's a stretch of road between Dorchester, down in Dorset, out towards Lulworth Cove. And there's a turning, which is kind of a shortcut, a back road to Lulworth Cove. And the road is just like this. There's a little slip bit to the right, and it turns, and there's a little pub. Not a B&B, but a pub, almost exactly where that is. Every time I drive up this bit of road, it reminds me, I go straight back there. The amount of times we've done that drive, you know, we'll normally, if we do a day out or a couple of days, we'll go down to Weymouth, we'll do, you know, and I love Weymouth. Love sitting on the harbour wall outside the ship inn, the sunshine, just, oh, fantastic. And then we'll often drive out to Swanage. We'll do, you know, take the kids, well, we used to take the kids are all older now, out to Swanage, but Lulworth Cove, and, oh man, lovely part of the world. Just reminded me. I don't know if you can tell the last few episodes. I'm feeling slightly nostalgic for the places I miss. It's funny, you don't go to a place for a long time, it doesn't really bother you until someone says you can't go there. Then all of a sudden it's like, but I want to go there now, regardless. So let's pull this up here. Beacon's off. That'll be good to go. Is it worth grabbing the 390, or should I just carry on with this? It's here, isn't it? It seems mad going to get the 390 when I've got this here. It will get used. We're going to use them more. So, let's grab this. Like I say, the tank size isn't too big on these as far as I'm aware. Our field of potatoes that the farm owns, which is actually down towards the industrial bit, isn't full. Oh, I say it isn't fully grown. It wasn't as of last night, but it could be now. I'll say I might be able to get a spray on that. Oh, right, this is empty. Mind you, that gives us a good chance to check on the spray situation. How much liquid fertiliser do we have? I keep saying we. It's kind of the thing now, isn't it? How much have we got? Okay, doesn't work. Cover open. That's better. 36,308 litres. Okay then. Not a huge amount, but it's enough to get us going. Turn it big enough. Oh, close the cover. Let's start with the field behind the farm. And then we'll work our way round. I can get to it through there, can't I? Yeah. Then, like I say, we are going to need to plough, so I'll be coming out, ploughing them all, prepping them all. They're probably going to need lime. I'm not going to do lime on this time round. We haven't got the money to. I suppose we could lease a lime spreader, but then we've got to buy everything, and that's it. Let's open it out. This is a fair sized field, isn't it? God, if we chuck some soybean in this. Only downside would be a fair sized field. We're going to get through this fertiliser really quickly. We're going to be doing a lot of backwards and forwards. Maybe when I was at the store I should have thought about getting a... Yeah, maybe I should have got a front tank, even if we just leased it for the time being. It's going to be a lot of backwards and forwards otherwise. We need our fields to be as productive as possible, highest yields possible, and I know not doing the liming will give us a bit of a deficit, but not too much. I think the trade-off is okay. I don't know, that's just a personal thing. Actually, this isn't going down as fast as I thought it was going to. Maybe we'll get round it all, I don't know, will we? Needs doing. It's a funny thing, isn't it? It's a kind of... I love a field with a telegraph pole in it. Especially when it, you know, when you've got them going across the field, you've got pylons, and it's how it is in the real world. You know, you drive around and you see a lot of farms and fields, and they've got them, and farmers work around them, and it's all lovely and smiley, and oh, isn't it great? Very realistic, and I love the look of it. Until you come to doing your harvest and seeding, and it's like, oh, that thing is just in the way. I can't set a worker off. I've got to do it myself. But then that's nice. I like that. It forces you to have to do some work yourself. I think we kind of get into a habit too often of just going, right, bang, stick a worker on it, go and do something else. When I say we, it's just a generalisation. I'm not pointing fingers. This is going to take some time. Let me get onto a stretch where I can check the map. We'll have a look at the other fields we need to go and check out. So what the field we harvested last night, the canola field. There's the potato field potentially, but that's really going to depend. Oh, how am I going to do this? I really don't want to drag this boom through the hedge. Right, okay, we'll do a bit of sides and sides stuff here. If I go up like that. Like that. Cruise control back on. And away we go. Right. Was I saying something before I've done my usual getting sidetracked again? Oh yeah, the fields. Yeah, the potato field potentially, and then there's the one by the pig farm. This one. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Right, almost one complete circuit done. I'll see you in a little while when we're on to the next one. I'll have a quick check on the old sat map just to make sure everything's going as it should be. Let's stop there a second. So, we'll check in the sat map. So where are we? Field 33, growth, it had been harvested. Soil composition, it does need ploughing. If we bring that down, take that off. Does need lime, great, take that off. Yep, that's working. I've missed a couple of little bits, but that's not too bad. Okay, what we'll do is, for the time being, because I'm not too bothered about the liming, we're going to ignore that for the time being. We'll just show ploughing. So it's going to need a plough, that's fine. And what we'll do now is carry on. See in a bit. I'll have to refill this again. Oh, right. Let's just keep that in a straight line. Like that. Very quickly. Where are we looking? 32 we've got to do when it's baled. 15 is up there. These are all grass fields, which I can't do anything with at the moment. 78 is down there. 109 is down there. Fruit types, potatoes, growth. Ah, should have done it last night. And that's it, I think. Like I said, these are fair sized fields, in all honesty. It's not... I'm kind of lucky in a way that the farm's got some land. They're not all tiny fields, so we should do alright with yields and stuff. I don't know. Well, like I say again, we'll just see. All we can do is do our best and go from there, really. I really find it difficult to see the line. No, I've missed it. There it is. Swing out around there. Probably just because of the light, isn't it? Just about to see it off to the left. I just got off the phone from speaking to a rather irate farmer. I can understand why. The farm took on a contract, I mentioned it in the previous episode, for spraying or fertilising, and they haven't done it. So while I'm out, I just thought, you know what, let's get it done. It's this field here. I don't think I'll have enough spray actually. I'll have to go back to the farm at some point. How do I get into this field? It's got to be up here somewhere. Please tell me it's not right at the top of the hill. Or it's going to be right at the bottom and I've missed it completely, haven't I? Oh, come on. Really? Wow, this is a big field. No? Where's the... Okay, we've passed the end of the field. Where's the entrance? Okay, let's pull in here. Can I get up on the gate? How do I get in there? Please tell me it's not all the way through here. Nope, it's going to be down the bottom of the hill, isn't it? Probably. Try down the bottom of the hill? I don't know. Ah. That would have been easier if I tried here first, wouldn't it? This contract alone will recover almost all the money we just paid out for a baler. I think we're pretty much there. Yeah, we're gonna run out. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a jump forward. Bit of a mistake with recording. I hit the wrong button. I've done it before, it won't be the first time, and it certainly won't be the last. The spraying is all done. We'll have a look at the map, and as you can see, field 33 where we started is done. Then we went down and did field 115 as part of the contract that we were required to do. Field 109 has got our potatoes in, and that is already fully fertilised, so I didn't have to worry about that. I was worrying that I didn't get anything on that, but that's already done. Grass fields I did as well, so the grass fields around the pigs, and well, that's a grass field, and that one's a normal field. The grass fields around the sheep and 27 are done. These aren't mine. I think these are maybe contract fields possibly. But field 15 I did, and I finished on these two. So we just came up back into the yard, grabbed the baler, started baling. But like I say, then I lost the footage on that, so apologies there. The John Deere baler, 12 grand, can't odds it. I mean, at the end of the day, a baler bales there are so many different types, and the result is the same. You're going to get a square bale out the back. Obviously you've got the Heston ones which do larger size ones, and then you've got the new pack as part of the add-on straw harvest, which will give you various different options as well, but it does the job. It's cheap as chips to buy, cheap as chips to rent, so it kind of makes sense. And because I generally use the Krona version of this, I thought I'd go for the John Deere this time, just as something a little bit different. And the JCB is absolutely filthy. I was saying on the bit that I lost, Sealy G is sitting at the table next to me doing her school work, her A-level work, and has already told me off for not cleaning it. So I'll have to clean it at some point. I cleaned the harvester this morning, didn't I? When I first got up, the harvester was done. She wasn't around for that bit, but that's been cleaned. So yeah, we'll get this all baled up, and then we'll get the JCB telehandler out the barn with the collector, and we'll come and collect them. I've only got to put them just there in the barn, so I don't need a trailer. I'm not going to load a trailer up. I'll just do a couple of bales at a time, whiz them backwards and forwards, put them in there and stack them up, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with them later. Ploughing will come next, because they all need ploughing, and the grass fields then will be the next after that. So we'll look at grass and hay, baling, silage, various different options we've got of what we can do with that. Like I said, I might do silage first time round, do a massive silage harvest, get all the grass cut, get it put into one of the bunker silos, maybe down at the biogas plant, which might make life a bit easier. Then fertilise it, let it all regrow again, and then do hay, and then we can look at pelleting and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. What I'll do now then is carry on, get this cleared, just turn off a second so I go a bit faster, get this finished, cleared. If I get to a point where I've got a full bale and a little bit of straw left and it looks like I won't get a full bale out of it, I'm going to leave that loose, and we'll pick that up probably with a bucket, and that can go for bedding down at the pig farm. There probably won't be a lot of it, but it's a better option than having a part bale, which doesn't really help anybody. So I mean, I suppose potentially when I did the next grass field and baled, I would get the first one out would be straw, but it makes more sense to have it as loose bedding, so we'll do that. We're getting a few off here, a few more than I thought we would, which is good. So we'll have a few to play with. We can decide what we're going to do. I'm definitely thinking pelleting is the best use for them. We're going to make most money doing that, I think. But what we'll probably do, if we're going to either use the facilities or pay to use the mesh pelleting service, whatever money we make on them, a percentage of that will go to them as the fee. Because obviously they own all the equipment, they own the warehouse, the property, we're just using it, so there will be a fee for us to use their facilities. At least that's the plan. So see you in a minute. Right, first 3 bales, and what I definitely need is a real weight. So I need to do that and that. I do like this bale grab. This is part of the add-on straw harvest, because when you come to the bales, and well, I'll show you in a minute, it does each bit independently for each bale, and you've got a separate one for dropping them, so it works really well. Another nice reason for having a 3-point link on anything with a trailer adapter is because some of the weights you get for the telehandlers are massive. This is actually probably a bit too heavy for this now, but it should balance us out quite nicely. Or we do something with a bit closer in, but it doesn't matter, it'll work. So what will happen is, and what annoyingly, the one I just did was perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. Couldn't have gone better. Let's get a light on so we can see. I'll come over to the side a little bit so I can get all 3 on nicely, like so. Bring that level, drop it down, and do that. Let's lift that a little bit. So if I do that and that, it only puts in the claws for that bale. Doesn't put in the claws for the other ones, which means when you come in to pick up the next ones, the claws don't get in the way, which often happens when you're doing multiple. I like that as an option. That's really cool. And then when you drop them off, it just releases all the claws, whichever ones are engaged at the time. So what should happen now is coming next to that one, like so. It seems a little bit, I'm off a little bit, that's why. That's better. That and that. Puts that one in. This is much better with this weight on. As soon as I got the third one on before, it just the whole lot just started to skid a little bit off the back, and I could really do without that. I like this little telehandler, it's brilliant. Put that down, do that, 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 and away we go. If we were going any further with these, I would load them up onto a trailer and then would do it like that. But there's no need, so off at a little bit of an angle there, but we should be alright for the next load too. That and that. And away we go! We are getting them off the field. Fantastic. Happy with that. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode. Spraying has been done. Fields are in the process of being prepped. Bales are done. I'm now getting them off the field. This will get a squirt. And then we'll get going. This, like I say, this first part is kind of, it's all prep work, you know. Getting it all going. Once we get the seed in the ground, then we can move on to other things. I just need to get the seed in. I'm seriously thinking massive soybean harvest, I think, is going to be the way to go. I did think about selling some of the livestock, but in reality those other two farms are owned, leased and operated by other farmers. I'm not going to sell their animals out from under them. That's not how it works. Because I thought the pigs might be a little bit of a drain, but there's nothing we can do about that. They are part of the process, and that's what we're going to have to deal with. So bit. Here we go, down, grab, up, and away we go. Fantastic. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.